Shortly, we'll be bringing you some reactions to the issues that have been raised in the communique that has been put out by some of the participants who were there at the forum in Senchi. But right now, we're crossing over to Senchi, and we have standing by Abigail Adomako Entry, who's going to be telling us exactly what will be the next steps, particularly in reaction to one of the issues that was contained in the communique, which requires or which says that government would have to review the 2014 budget targets.
With the ending of it, 22 measures have been instituted or have been brought out, named the Senchi Consensus, and the whole idea of
Right, we're having some challenges with the technology, but let me take you to some of the reactions that we've been getting. Some of the participants have been reacting to some of the issues raised in the communique at the end of the National Economic Forum. We have Sydney Casely-Hayford, Professor Kwesi Boche, and Emmanuel Akwete. They spoke to Joy News.
10% is, I think, that in some cases we weren't specific enough with what should be done very clearly. Particularly on the issue of expenditures, I think that we could have been a lot clearer as to how government can cut in order to be able to rebalance the budget as quickly as possible. So I think we could have gone a little further. Maybe we will pick that up in the aftermath when we start looking at the detail of what the specifics of things should be done. So I think that's an area that we could actually do something about.
You have proposed today a placing of a
Right, so there was Sydney Casely-Hayford. He was speaking there to Evans Mensa in Senchi. We're going back to Senchi, where Abigail is back on the line now.
It excites me so much as a Ghanaian, in the sense that it's here, said that the long-term national interest should supersede all other interests, not a political party's interest, not my personal interest, but a long-term national interest. And we should understand that if we have to do A, no matter how it will cost me, using my own interest, we have to make sure we do that in the interest of this country. And that is very much discussed here. And I believe that going out, we are guided by that. We are guided by the principles. And I believe that we will use this to guide ourselves in coming out with economic policies and doing something, looking at the long-term future of our country, not to look at the short term.
Now let's go into the consensus. Number 8 is really as targeted as you are, as in you're supposed to review the targets in the 2014 budget. How committed is the Finance Ministry to doing this?
Oh, let me say that we're extremely committed. The Constitution says that we do media review. Okay. Though this is not saying that we should adhere to what the Constitution, because we always adhere to it. What this is trying to say is that even before we do the media review, we should track the possible fallout, okay, and then make sure we can submit this to the economic management team, and together we can make some proposals to deal with the possible fallout. For instance, fuel subsidies are coming back because automatic price adjustment as of today was not adhered to. And I've been informed that today alone government is going to cough almost 40 million Ghana cedis in a form of subsidy. Is this budgeted? No. So we have to track that. A decision must be, proposal must be forthcoming from the Ministry of Finance to the economic management team, and a firm decision should be taken. If, for instance, we have projected to get XYZ in the form of revenue, then the revenue are not forthcoming, we have to come out with a proposal to ensure that the revenues are forthcoming, so that we can close that loophole, so that we don't get to the end of the year and get surprises. This is exactly what we are talking about, and we feel that it's important. We feel that this is something that we have been encouraged to do something, we don't want to get surprises again. We don't want to get that. We feel that this is very important consensus, and I believe that we are going to implement it.
Now, you have to monitor effectively the use of statutory funds. This is in relation to government over expenditure. How committed are you to that?
Let me say that I've always said that the use of the statutory funds needs to be reformed. There should be clear alignment on what the budget says and the statutory fund, the usage of the statutory funds. We have the District Assembly, let's say, common fund and get fund by budget going to Parliament, for instance, for approval. There should be some sort of alignment between what the budget policy says and what, obviously, the usage of the statutory funds. Let me give you a typical example. The President has an ambition or a vision to build 200 secondary schools. It's an education project. It's a government policy. It's in the budget statement. But what is wrong if Ghana Education Trust Fund, part of the resources that is allocated to that, can be used for the purposes of financing that project, so that we can release some resources to the budget? That is clear, and this is what the consensus is talking about. It's important. It's extremely important that we do that. The reform on the usage of the statutory funds is extremely important. We can align that to budget objectives.
Now, finally, there were no timelines to these measures. Now, can you assure the whole of Ghanaians that indeed government is ready to implement these measures, even without the timelines given?
I want to use this opportunity to assure yourself and the viewers in the Republic of Ghana that we at the Ministry of Finance, we are very much committed to this. In the first place, if you had been part of the negotiation going forward, you would have seen the openness way of discussing the issues confronting the economy, and the need that together we can build some consensus so that we at the ministry will know that we have some sort of support to deal with the problems confronting us today. Our problems are short-term. We believe that with this backing, with this consensus backing us as a ministry, we will get out there and start the work and make sure we can bring some changes.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you too.
So that's it from us at the Royal Senchi Hotel, and this has been the coverage of the National Economic Forum. There is a lot more discussions to be made as the measures are yet to be implemented. We would be awaiting the implementation of these 22 Senchi consensus.
Thank you.